plan is right here, once we have it all cleaned up, we're gonna add a fence. And this fence is gonna be buried in the ground so that nothing can bury or dig underneath it. And it'll be a pretty tall fence to discourage any climbing. And we're going to dig a small pit right here, sort of in the middle, and let it be sort of a practice mud pit slash pond for the beavers to dig in, to play in, to practice doing their beaver skills. And they'll be able to be out most of the day in this larger space with access to the pond slash mud pit. And but at night, at least at the beginning, they will go back into their enclosure. And so this is going to be a really nice second year phase for beaver rehab. The other plans that we have include fencing the barn across the back of our yard, and so that we could get some goats to help with some of our restoration needs. Right now, some of this is really nice, but unfortunately a lot of it is invasive species, and which includes this privet and popcorn trees. So we would love to put some goats in here to let them start to clear out some of these overgrown invasives. So the plan is to put up a goat fence into this area, and then somewhere in here we're gonna clear out a few of the trees, especially the popcorn trees and the things that aren't native. We would like to actually dig a proper pond somewhere out in here so that it could be used for livestock like goats, but also can be the soft release site for the beavers, our own pond that's fenced in with goat fencing. So that would be when Tater and Turnip are ready to be out on their own. We can actually let them into this area with that pond that they can start to get comfortable living in. So now I'm walking down a path that is right next to the property that we own. We do not own this yet. We want to purchase this additional 30 acres, which has a lot of very nice wilderness habitat and some great spots for the beavers. It's really nice that even though it's a bit of a distance from our house, which is ideal, it is accessible for future research. And as we come around this corner, this is where I am dreaming of having a nice population of wild beavers. This pond backs up to, on the other side, that pine forest. There's also a pitcher plant bog. So the idea is that once the beavers move in, they will actually expand this pond so that it floods those pine trees, and we're going to be totally fine with them flooding and dying and providing habitat for other animals. But this is where the ultimate release site, protected, will be for all of our future beavers. And my idea right now is to take this old dock over here. So I want to take that old dock and convert it into a beaver lodge so that they can enter it from below in the water and then come up high where they are safe, and then have sort of an entrance and an exit, and create an artificial but proper beaver lodge so that these orphans can use that as long as they want until they move along or decide to build their own. And that is, but that's my plan. So I have lots of visions, I have lots of plans, and of course, money is always going to be a factor. So We have to take it one step at a time. My next goal is to, again, have that next fencing put up so that Tater and Turnip can have more space for their second year. And then Tulip can spend more time where they are currently with that bigger pool. So that's step one. And then put up the fencing and start clearing out some of that overgrown invasive species in plants. And then add a pond, actually on our 5-acre property that we own right now. And then what we want to do is raise enough money so that we can buy this property, which is just going to be a magical and beautiful spot and accessible by researchers, or potentially a nature center type setting. I haven't 100% come up with the game plan, but it's a dream come true, just even being able to think about it and knowing that this is a possibility.